be more vibrant, like Hyderabad uh, chapter of CA branch. Thank you all. Today's session, when Murali called me and asked for a session, uh, my sessions are all where I need to share the screen because otherwise there's no just oral communication because I have to either demonstrate something or show something so that that becomes more effective. So when I said, if that is the case, probably we can
I
take up
request
the
all the members to keep in mute because some disturbance is coming. It is disturbance for all. Please.
yeah. When he called me, I thought of taking a session on the Chat GPT because these days, knowingly or unknowingly, most of the people are using Chat GPT in our profession. I'm sure by this time everyone heard about a word called Chat GPT. I don't think so. Anyone is left over without hearing a word called Chat GPT, at least in last 1.5 year. But though we all know what is ChatGPT, my today's session more focus is how we can use it more effectively. Effectively in the sense the tool is there before us. What are the prompts we need to give so that we can get the best results? I always tell in the sessions, since our school days, we all are habituated to give the correct answers. In fact, our parents were focused to give the correct answer. Our teachers are focused to give us the correct answers. And we ourselves in the exams to give correct answers to pass the exam. But I am sure the days will come. Maybe next 5 days, for sorry, 5 years. Our curriculums will have chapters, modules, maybe the courses that than giving the answer for a question, I'm sure the courses will be on how to ask the question because these days the tools are there to answer. These days the applications are there to help us out. But if you want to get best out of the application, you must need to know what you should ask for. So I request all of you, I'm sure young members are there, senior members are there, from today, have an habit of having building ourselves to the attitude towards asking the question. I started, in fact, telling to my child, uh, she's 6 years old. For the last 1 year, whenever she's asking something, I'm asking her to ask in a very proper way. I'm asking her to ask in such a way so that I can easily understand instead of asking a follow-up question. Because the future is about asking. With this little introduction, let me take into my session. You all should excuse me. I generally doesn't have much towards explaining into the PPTs because my sessions will not have much of the PPT slides because my sessions always used to have only two slides in the PPT. One is the title slide, the other one is the thank you slide. In between, everything is either Excel or idea tool or some other application. Considering the same experience, I tried uh, I tried keeping very less slides, but since the time is limited of 1.5 hours, I'll try to take you directly into the chat GPT for the application part. Introduction, what is chat GPT, what is GPT and what is chat GPT and what are the use cases, how important asking the question in chat GPT, and we'll go into the demonstration. Let's try to understand the GPT. GPT, uh,
ఎవరు
I request all of you, could you please mute? I host admin can do that. GPT stands for Generative Pre-training Transformer. GPT is a deep learning model developed by OpenAI. OpenAI is an organization. GPT is trained on a massive amount of text data to generate human-like text. This slide is very important. You please concentrate. I'll tell you how important this slide when we start using the ChatGPT. GPT is based on the transformer architecture, which was first introduced in a paper, Attention All You Need by Google researchers. GPT-1 was released in 2018 and later GPT-2, GPT-3 and so on. GPT-3, GPT-4, these all are the models. GPT-3 is considered as one of the most advanced language model available today. However, this PPT had to be updated. GPT-4 is available now. GPT can be used in various areas such as natural language generation, natural language understanding, text compilation, conversation models, language translation, and many more. GPT is trained on large corpus of text data and learn patterns and relations in language, which allows it to generate coherent and fluent text. Leave about the text, whatever, just now I read it. But you all need to understand. I just want to highlight one important point here. When it comes to the technology, in fact, I tell to all the people every time, when it comes to the technology, it's not about how much you know, it is about how quickly you adapt, how quickly you start adopting it and working for day to day work. In fact, this I could consider as a life lesson for everyone. Let me tell you in this way. In 2017, I'm sure you all are aware of a company with the name called Google, one of the world's popular company. Google is having a subsidiary called Google Brain. This subsidiary does a lot of research on different technologies. In Google Brain, there are 7 researchers did research on the natural language processing, and they introduced a concept to the world called transformers. Who made this concept to the world? Google Brain. And they have released 15 pages white paper, research paper in 2017. The title of this paper is Attention All You Need. This is one of the very important step towards building the GPTs in the world. But what these Google fellows did, they introduced a concept to the world with their research, and they went towards the research. Now there is a company in 2017 itself called OpenAI adopted this concept given by the Google, started implementing, building a product called Chat GPT. After introduction of Chat GPT, all the headlines in the world, in all the media and newspaper, stating Google is dead with question mark after introduction of Chat GPT and so on. Point I'm trying to stretching here out. In fact, to the world, this concept in the NLP called transformers introduced by the Google, but they did not believe the concept what they developed. But there is another guy who has taken this concept, adopted it very fast, built an application, released it to the world, and now they are threatening to the Google back. So the point I want to stretch to all of us, it's not about how much knowledge we know. It's not about how much tools you know. It is only about how quickly you adapt in your day-to-day work to save the time, to save the money. As simple as it. This is exactly the same. Now, after they introduced Chat GPT concept, there was a GPT-2, a GPT-3 they released. Now it is GPT-4. Now let me tell you exactly on what basis this entire application work. What they have done throughout India, sorry, throughout the world, in the web, whatever the data they have gathered, billions of trillions of megabytes of the data they have taken, and they started processing the data. They stored at some point, some place, and they are applying a concept called transformers into the NLP, in the NLP, and they started generating the data. It is as simple as it. Now, whenever I see my friend Murali, automatically a smile comes into onto my face, and I started greeting him very positively. Let's say there was some quarrel almost at my school days, and I'm finding that fellow after so many years today, without even having taking more time, automatically my face become freeze and my dialogue goes back because there was some bad incident with that fellow. How do I know this within fraction of seconds? Because my brain is there, which stored this entire information. When there is an act, it knows what to keep out, what it should not keep. NLP is exactly the same. The deep learning, there is a concept in the machine learning concept called deep learning. In the deep learning, one of the concept is NLP, natural language process. What the text entirely in the web it captured, it has a lot of patterns. Let's say Now, I request Aishwarya, please keep on mute. Yeah. Example, I'll just put in this way. Whenever I want to use a sentence, I am a chartered accountant. Whenever I put I, immediately my mind is trying to trigger me to use a word called am. Immediately my mind, within fraction of seconds, triggering to use a word called a chartered accountant. That's the reason we are very fluent in talking English. Because it's not because of our greatness, it's because of our mind, our brain, where lot of content it captured. Chat GPT or any artificial intelligence for that matter exactly do the same thing. Because it stored lots massive text data. When you ask a question, it is capable of summarizing your data, or already whatever the data it is having, it can understand the pattern and give you the best answer. That is what the chat GPT is. And is it always good or bad? In fact, if you can see on the first screen of chat GPT, you should not forget a instruction, one very important instruction. It can be biased. I'll tell you how it could be biased, and also how in the future this application could be more riskier also. I'll tell you with a simple example. Let's say, for example, there is one topic where I am taking into a positive side into my argument. For the same topic, let's say my friend Murali is taking into the negative side into the argument. There is a lot of argument. Now, if I can ask a chat GPT a opinion on this, an opinion on this, it may give the positive opinion. The reason behind is maybe in the massive data it captured on the web, there is a lot of positive news about that particular topic. That's the reason it always pick up the positive, because in the massive data, it did not find any negative aspect of it. So what I'm trying to stretch here, your answer is depending on how much data related to your question is on the web. That's the reason in general, ChatGPT is great for drafting the, emails, drafting the letters, drafting, giving the replies to the authorities and so on, because relates to this data, I'm sure thousands and thousands of trillion bytes of data is available when it comes to the English and drafting. But when you ask a specific question, could you please give me what is LFAR in the bank audit, and also give me what is a threshold limit to consider any loan as a large advance? I am 100% sure it may give the wrong answer. But if we all surprise, when I ask very tough question relates to some English drafting, it has given an excellent result. But when we ask very generic thing, which we all know, what is LFAR, long form audit report, what is large advances definition, 10 crore or 10%, whichever is lower, or 2%, whichever is lower. When it comes to this, we all know as a chartered accountant. We expect ChatGPT also know about it, because in our CA fraternity, everyone knows about LFAR, everyone knows about large advanced definition. But understand in this way, in the world of massive trillions terabytes of data, how much of data you can think of, which is there in the web about the bank audit, about the LFR, about the large advances. Probably the only way on the web you can find this information is one through the RBI, one through the banks, bank websites, RBI websites, maybe chartered accountant branch websites, maybe YouTube having a lot of videos. Thanks to the COVID in the positive side, all the sessions happened virtually. Other than this, do you think is there any space in the web? There is a data which can be captured about the bank audit? No. So comparatively, when you say with respect to the trillions of terabytes of data, this bank audit information is very, very small, minute. So obviously, when you are asking a question about very minute information, very probable less information on the web, it will give you whatever available. That's the only information it can give it to you. You all need to understand this point, because many a times we surprise when we ask a question, it may not give the proper answer, thinking chat GPT is waste. No, you always need to think about this related information. There is very little in the web. Now let's go a little further. I'll just share this information to all of you. This PPT I'll share with Lakshmi Madam and Murali so that they can share back with you. Without taking much time, I'll come back to this. Let's go to ChatGPT. Whoever did not use till now and whoever would like to use henceforth, I'm going from the very basic. You can just go to web. You can just search for the ChatGPT. Then it will take you to openai.com/ChatGPT. I request all of you go on the top. Then you can just use your try ChatGPT. There is an option called try ChatGPT. You can just click this try ChatGPT. What is the meaning of chat? What is the meaning of chat? It is a conversation. ChatGPT is a conversation model. Conversation means, let's say I'm trying to have a chat with my friend Ankita madam. She asked me a question, right? I answer based on the question what she asked. Then she asked me one more follow-up question. I never consider the second question is a new question and new context. I always consider the second question is relates to the previous question. So when it comes to the conversation, it remembers at the back end what happened in that conversation. And the next follow-up questions it can easily understand, right? That is what the meaning of conversation. Yeah. When I make a new conversation, it did not understand anything. Now from the fresh, you have to start. But already there is a conversation. If you go to the middle of the conversation, if you start asking the question, it always trigger into the mind towards what you asked for. And let me introduce here a word called prompt. Prompt is basically a question what you ask to the application GPT. The question is nothing but a prompt. I'll prompt it. I'll ask a question. Based on my question, it answers. How important the question, I'll tell you. When I ask about a question, do you know anything about CA course? Then what it gives, because it knows that my IP is from India, I have already given my custom instructions that I'm a chartered accountant from India and so on, then probably it's going to take Indian context. But when you ask a specific question in general, than specific in general, do you know about a CA? Confused whether it has to look into the company of company of CA, Computer Associates, or whether it has to look into any other popular acronym of CA in some other country, or whether it has to consider a chartered accountant in India, and so on. Then, out of the entire massive data, which data occupied most information, it's going to pick up that and give us as an information. Now, let me change this question to, do you know anything about CA in India? Then in India, CA word is very popular for a chartered accountancy course. Then I'm sure it's going to pick up about a chartered accountancy course and it's going to give us some introduction. But actually, my usage of CA is not even chartered accountant, not even some other computer associates company name. My understanding is a certifying authority. Certifying authority, DSEs are going to be given by, there is an authority for the DSE, someone who is going to, approve it. That is a certifying authority. My intention of CA, it is going to give the answer as a certifying authority, but it will not give you the answer because when it comes to the certifying authority, the information in the web is very limited. Since on the web very limited, in the massive data, what it captured is also very limited. Chartered accountancy word is, almost overriding the certifying authority word. So it always pick up the chartered accountancy related information when it comes to India. Now let me change my question. Do you know anything about CA? Do you know anything about CA in India with respect to the DSC approval? Then I'm 100% sure it's going to give the information more about the certifying authority because based on my prompting, it filters the data at the back end. When I simply ask a question, do you know anything about a CA? then it's going to filter the data in the massive data what it stored about a CA. It could have taken a lot of a lot of different information about CA. Then what is most overriding information that it's going to pick up and give the answer? When I said in India, out of even the information what it filtered with respect to the CA, it will only filter Indian related information. When in India, CA is more prominent when it comes to the chartered accountancy, then it will pick up a CA chartered accountancy. When I said about the digital signature, now out of even in India data set, it's going to filter of digital signature. Then in the digital signature, you will not find a chartered accountant more prominent than a certifying authority. So it's going to give us a certifying authority name. So that's the reason prompting has to be more detailed. I can show, if time permit, my prompts for my forensic audit reports. I use ChatGPT for my answers, my replies to the authorities, be it GST reply or income tax reply. My prompting is always very elaborate. Why prompting has to be elaborate? Because if you give best prompting, it can filter the data and it can narrow down the data towards exactly what is needed to you. When you cannot give a elaborate prompting, when your prompting is very vague, then the answer of the chat GPT could be also very vague. And for all your information, this is what OpenAI, if you doesn't have any account till now, you can just click try ChatGPT. It's going to take it to login. You can log in even from Gmail account. Let me go here. Once you log in, this is what you can find. By default, you will find ChatGPT 3.5. Because I'm having a ChatGPT Plus version, that is $20 per month. If I can go to the settings here, and I can just go to my plan, you can see I am using ChatGPT Plus. What is in addition to the free users ChatGPT Plus is going to get? I can get the access to GPT-4. These models are latest. Than GPT-1, 2 is better. Than GPT-2, 3 is better. Than GPT-3, 3.5 is better. Than ChatGPT 3.5, 4 is better. I can access to GPT-4, the most capable model. I can browse, create, use GPTs. I can access to the additional tools like DAL-E. DAL-E is a OpenAI's product. It can create images. I can also browse the data from the web. I can also do a lot of analysis of the data. I'll talk about one example at least for each items what it mentioned. My suggestion, if you are really want to do the best out of ChatGPT, probably you can try subscribing for ChatGPT Plus. In my case, it is worth of it because I use ChatGPT for every damn small thing because I wanted to be the good in conversation, in replying to someone, in answering to someone, maybe even to give a reply to any authority. I don't want to take a chance. And there is one more thing very recently introduced is $25 per month per person. Add a team workspace. Everything is available from Plus, higher messages caps on GPT-4 and tools like whatever it is there, it is already here. Create and share GPTs with your workspace, admin console for workspace management, team data excluded from the training by default. This is basically for the organizations because these days, most of the organizations started using ChatGPT. But their concern is when you use the ChatGPT, they are going to use your data for the training because it's a model always has to be trained with a lot of massive data. But when it comes to the team for the organization, they will exclude your data, what you do the conversation at your organization, because that data becomes more sensitive and confidential. In the free also, you can get 3.5 model that is also better. Let me talk about what is there in the free version and what you can do first. Snowy, this is just different type of questions you can ask for. First, let me ask a question. What I just showed you, what is CA? Let me ask a question. See, it is very vague. CA can stand various things depending on the context. Here are some common things. California state code, it is certifying authority, what I just mentioned, chartered accountant, a professional designation in accounting, Sarka, then chronological age and so on. Now let me change my question. What is, don't write the question here itself, because when I write a question here, it is trying to understand in this context. Otherwise, no problem. What is CA in India? Yeah, check it out. Earlier, it has given so much of content. Now, in India, CA typically refers to a chartered accountant. Chartered accountants are professionals who specialize in accounting, auditing, taxation, and so on. Let me make my question much better. What is CA in India with respect to digital signatures? Check it out. In India, CA in the context of digital signature typically refers to a certifying authority. When I ask a question, what is CA? This is what people does, whoever new to use the chat GPT. But I want you to go to this level. I want you to go to this level. Because we are thinking chat GPT can do everything. Chat GPT cannot guess what is there in your mind, let me tell you. You should spell out what is there in your mind. You should tell to the chat GPT what you are expecting from the chat GPT. You may be thinking CA is a certifying authority because your context is that. But ChatGPT doesn't know, because ChatGPT doesn't believe you. ChatGPT believes the massive data what it has. So it is having so much of information about this. Now, when I said about India, even when I said about the India, it did not consider the certifying authority, because when it filtered the India, it is having so much of information about a chartered accountant on the web than the certifying authority. So out of the massive data, chartered accountant is most prominent, and it has given it to you. When I said with respect to the digital signature, now it has taken in India digital signature content. In that, it will find a word called CA. That is nothing but a certifying authority. I hope you found the difference. If you can elaborate your prompting, how important a chat GPT can answer, and how elaborate even the reply you can get it. Now, let me go a little further. Let me go a little further. What type of things you can ask for? When it comes to the English language drafting, it is best, there is no doubt. When it comes to the translation, it's not great, I'm saying. It is moderate, because a lot of things it may go wrong. Especially, can you can you write a poem in Telugu uh, about about chartered accountant course? It can translate, right? Even in the Telugu language, it is trying to give very quick chartered accountants course gurinchi kavita. Some mistakes are there, some grammatical errors are there, and so on. When it comes to the translation, it is yet to be good. I'm sure there's a lot of work which is going at the back end. I'm sure translation related in future you will find the best. When it comes to summarization, ChatGPT is undoubtedly best. Let me have uh, recently, uh, draft of uh, bank audit guidance note. Otherwise, what I'll be doing, don't worry. I'll just go to SEBI website. I'll just go to SEBI website. I'll take some of the SEBI website recent order, if any. I'll just try to take it if any order is there. Notices, adjudication. Yeah, interims. Okay, I'm sorry. One second. Yeah, let me take this adjudication order, because I want to just make a summary of what this order is. Maybe I'll take one single point. Let me download this. So it can translate the data. It can give the answer based on your question. What I'll be doing, probably I can take some information about this. Otherwise, I will I will take something. Maybe I don't know how many number of characters it can capture. appointment of adjudication. Let me just copy and paste this information. Let me copy at least a couple of pages. Yeah, let me go a little down. Yeah, let me copy this. Let me go to ChatGPT. Could you please summarize the following text? I just pasted. I just pasted whatever I copied. Please bother about alignment and other thing. It can understand the information. It's going to give the summary. SEBI appointed Mrs. Soma Majumdar as the adjudicating officer to inquire into the alleged violations by various parties under different sections and regulations. These violations include breaches relating to SEBI circulars, SCRA, SEBI Act, and so on. Can you make 10 points out of the text given? Now, my question is more specific. Don't make a summary, but give me the top 10 points. So, what it's trying to do, it read the entire information, out of which it gathered what is more relevant information. Then it is also trying to fit into the bullet points. And for each bullet point, it is trying to make a sentence. So, it is forming. So, it is transformed to the sentence based on my question. Okay. Now, you can make much further. Can you make one sentence explanation for each point? It's trying to give almost the same, but maybe a little elaborate and so on. So what I'm trying to do, it can even give, uh, it can summarize your data. It's not only summarize your data, it can elaborate your data if you can give something. Now, what I will be giving here, I wanted to just take my maybe some Facebook post, otherwise, mm, if it is promptly available, let me take something from mine. I've just taken some information from my Facebook post. I'll just take it. I want this information to be more elaborated. Control C. I will just go here. Now, on top of it, because this is a very simple post, on top of it, what I'm trying to ask for is the following is the Facebook post I have posted recently along with pic. Now, I would like to write, I would like to elaborate on this. Don't worry about the spelling mistakes and so on. It automatically taken care. Elaborate, mm, what I can say, probably elaborate right up on this occasion. Use your own language to get at least one page information from the following text. Now, just given we received a president, that's all. Let us see what it's going to give it to me. From a very small information, it captured, it created a lot of information. You see, now it is trying to be more creative and so on. It is with great pleasure and honor that I reflect on the recent visit of CA Ranjit Kumar Agarwal, the esteemed president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, because I mentioned their ICI. Now it elaborated more to Hyderabad. This visit, making his first since assuming the office on February 12th, was a momentous occasion for our community and organization alike. The visit symbolized the cultivation of dedication, leadership. See, now it is so much creative. And just because I mentioned that besides me, Mr. Satish is also there, the immediate past chairman. It is trying to put one more paragraph. Accompanying me, president during his visits was C.A. Satish Kumar. I'm the immediate past chairman. His presence added to another layer. See, lot of creative. So, from huge, massive information, it can summarize. From less information, it can elaborate. From simple information, it can get the data from the massive data and it's going to give you the answer, right? In any question till now, probably I'm going maybe a little faster. Am I on the same page? Is my voice clear? Screen visible? Yes, it is.
Yes, sir, it is helpful. Just one quick thing I want to understand.
Yeah,
I mean, whatever you explained on ChatGPT, that's really helpful. But there are many presentations which, on a regular basis, we have to make, like the flyers and all. Although we use Canva and everything, but we
yeah,
keep seeing it on media that with the use of ChatGPT, you can make it even more effective. And so, if you can throw some light on how to use, ChatGPT in an PPT aspect and how we
excellent.
could synergize that bit, it would be helpful.
Excellent. I'll do that. I'll do that. We have another 1 hour time. Maybe by the end of the session, you will get answer for all your questions.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Okay.
sir. Yeah.
Now, I'm just trying to put in a very, very simple way. Now, what other things you can use ChatGPT? As I said, it is best when it comes to drafting emails. Now, these days, though I mention, I tell to my staff at my branch, at our branch of ICI, every time when you want to send an email, make sure that spelling mistake should not be there, polite should be there, and it should be formal and so on. Sometimes there may be issues. But I always ask them to take the support of ChatGPT. For example, I'm sure next time HCAS also can take advantage of ChatGPT. Uh, uh, Please draft an email to invite Mr. Saran Kumar CA. Otherwise, let me put my friend name, Murali Gonugunta, for taking session on resolution under IBC for chartered accountants on, let me put a date, on 1st March 2024 at 2 p.m. at ICI premises. Please draft an email to invite Mr. Murali Gonugunta for taking session on IBC for chartered accountants on 1st March 2024 at 2 p.m. at ICI premises. Let me answer. See, it is very good in drafting. Otherwise, at least me, I'm sure I can see a lot of people who can excellently who can do excellent communication with other people who are very good with English and so on. People like me, no hesitation for me to tell. In fact, rather proud to tell, I am from a very small village background. Very small, even social background. Till my plus two, I was into Telugu medium. Managing English, either in drafting or speaking, always a hurdle for me. But people like me, I feel ChatGPT certainly is a bless. When it comes to an email, I can certainly take the advantage of ChatGPT. It is giving much formal, it understanding what context it has to give. Dear Mr. Murali Gonugunta, I hope this email finds you well. I'm writing on behalf of the organization name, and it is with great pleasure that I extend an invitation to you to be the guest speaker at our upcoming session on insolvency and bankruptcy code. It did not mention IBC full form, but it has taken the information because I mentioned about a chartered accountants. We believe that your expertise and experience in the field of insolvency and bankruptcy will greatly benefit our audience of chartered accountants. Your insights will contribute so on. So, see, very, very formal, very, very formal, right? So you can now if you want to make it complete information because you are not given information like where it has given the taxi for which on behalf of which organization you did not mention, right, in your prompt. Now you did not even mention to whom they need to contact. You did not even mention what is the duration. You did not even mention what is your name, your position, title, and so on. If you can give with more elaborate in the prompt itself, my name is so and so. I am the executive officer of ICI Hyderabad branch. I want to invite you for so and so program on so and so date at so and so time for this much duration, then it's going to give you entire information. You need not to even change anything. You can just copy and paste it. I've seen many a times people, they are taking the support of ChatGPT, but they forget in between that it's going to give a placeholders like this. But they don't look into that really. Then immediately what they do, they'll copy this and paste it. They forget that there is something like this. it looks a little odd to the other person. Other person can easily understand that you're taking the information from the chat GPT. Okay. So this is best for email drafting, there's no doubt. And let me go here. I'm not expert in GST or income tax. Probably can someone help me out? Now you are a you are a professional chartered accountant having 20 years of 20 years of experience in representing GST matters before authorities. Now I have given a sentence. This sentence we call it as a role playing sentence. What is the meaning of role playing? Always you start your sentence that what role the chat GPT has to follow. If you don't give a role to the chat GPT, it is trying to look into the entire massive of data. When I specifically said, now you are a professional chartered accountant, now it's going to filter the data, professional chartered accountant, having good experience in representing GST matters before authority. Now it is very specific to the core. It narrowed down the information. Now reply, oh, reply to the notice, reply for the extension seeking for GST notice received by the client measures Excelism Excelism Limited. Yeah, I think this is sufficient. Uh, address to address to Commissioner GST Bhavan, Hyderabad. Reply for the extension seeking for GST notice received by the client, so on so. In a very generic. If you want, you can even give the copy paste of what exactly the notice. It is very clever, picking up the important context from your notice and it's going to put into your reply. I'm just asking a very generic reply. When I enter, don't worry about what you are writing here, whether it's having a sense, grammatical mistake, sentence mistake. Don't worry, it understands it. Now enter. I'm 100% sure it has given a proper reply. I'm writing to you on behalf of Mrs. Excelism Limited regarding the GST notice received by them recently. As their representative with over 20 years of experience in handling GST matters, I'm reaching out to you to request an extension of the responding to the notice. The notice in question requires to thorough examination. See, it is very clever. I did not mention that, why we are looking for an extension, but it automatically understand the notice in question requires thorough examination and analysis of various financial records and transactions to provide comprehensive response. Given the complexity of the issues involved and volume of data needs to be reviewed, Mr. Excelism Limited requires additional time. Now, I don't want that. I want to reply to this draft reply on behalf of the client. See, now the client is replying. We hope this letter finds you well. We are writing to acknowledge the receipt of GST notice dated so and so, received by Mr. Excelism Limited. We express our gratitude for bringing this matter to you. After careful consideration and review of the notice, we understand the gravity of the situation and importance of providing comprehensive and accurate response to the queries to them. However, due to the complexity of the issues involved and the extensive data analysis required, we kindly request. See, these wordings until otherwise than an expert in the GST matters, people like me having limited experience, not great knowledge on the drafting, can do this. Thanks to ChatGPT, at least with the support of ChatGPT, I can do much better. In fact, here my prompt is very simple. Now you can copy paste your the notices, what you are getting. You can feed the information, what may be added into the notice. Then you ask ChatGPT to give a reply, it automatically give it to you. This is what about a free GPT. Not only there, you can, as I mentioned, you can draft the entire your what report when it comes to the forensic audit report and so on. I can show you some time. Left side, let me give you a little navigation here. Here you will find all the conversations. If you want to go back to this conversation, you can click it, still you can get it. If you want to go back to this conversation, still you can get it and so on. Now, besides this symbol, once you click it, there are a couple of options. Do you want to rename this conversation? By default, based on the question what you ask in a new conversation, it gives some name. But if at all you want to rename, you can do that. Otherwise, if you want to delete, you can still do that. It's going to ask a question. Otherwise, there is an option to call share. Meaning, for example, with a lot of question and answer, I made conversation. I made conversation. Now I am into a proper conversation because of so much of prompting which I have given in last 20, 30 promptings. Now it understood really what is the context and it has given a beautiful reply to me. Now I want my subordinate should take this conversation forward, or my colleague should take this conversation forward. I can't give my access to the colleague, my ChatGPT access, that's not possible. Then what I can do, I can give an option here, share. Now, this share option, do you want to give the share option? One second, I'm sorry. Yeah, everyone please have a look. Do you want to give the share access with your name or with an anonymous name? When you give anonymous, it's not going to give a name. Otherwise, you can just give your name. Then you can just click copy link. Once I click copied, the link got copied. Now I can, let me put in the chat box here. Let me put this link into the chat box. Friends, now this link, you try to open this entire conversation, you can even find in your conversation, and it's going to stop here. Now, when you start asking, you can take forward this conversation. After this, you can start asking a question. For that, it can understand this entire conversation. So now it is already, it is easy because I've already given the feed what is required to make this conversation forward. I hope everyone understood. Now, what I'll be doing, I'll just go to my incognito mode. Let me do Control V, enter. It's going to give me, it is asking me to log me in. I'm just trying to log in using my Google account. Let me use a different one second so that I can show you how exactly this share link can be helpful. Let me confirm my code from my mobile. Yeah. Now I logged in into my ChatGPT. See what it has given. Now this whatever the link which I have given, it is showing me everything. Now I want to get start from with here. Once I click get started with ChatGPT, now it is there part of my item here. Okay. So this is the way you can find the link concept. And this is what, archive concept. I don't want that should be displayed here. Probably I want to archive this, 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 and so on. Whatever the archived thing, if you want to get it back, let me go to little settings. I can go to Saran U, I can go to the settings, I can go to my let me just show you all the settings here. Always show the code when you are using data analyst. This you can only find it when you are a ChatGPT Plus user. Archived chats, you can just go here, manage. If you want to get just now, whatever the chats which I've given, all are archived here. I can get these items back. CA meaning summarized. If I want to unarchive, that will come back into my ChatGPT sidebar. You can find here, right? If you want to archive all the chat, archive all. Click on confirm archive. All chats archive. Now left side you will not find anything. Let's go to settings. Let's see what other things. Delete all chats. If at all you want to delete all the chats, you can do that, but don't do that because sometimes the conversation what we felt was stopped. Maybe after 1 month, you want to go back to the same conversation and start doing it instead of creating a new conversation. Because if it is a new conversation, you have to feed a lot of information into the memory of ChatGPT. If it is already old conversation, it understood in that conversation what happened, then you can take it forward that conversation very easy. Beta features are only part of ChatGPT Plus. Now, if you can use ChatGPT, if you are a Plus user, you can have an access to the plugins. In fact, madam, I forget the name if I'm not wrong, Varsha or someone asked a question about how I can have my uh, PPTs. Diksha, I'm sorry. Yeah, what the question Diksha asked for, Sharon, can I prepare my presentations, PPTs directly using ChatGPT? Of course, possible. Not ChatGPT. People using ChatGPT as a synonym for the AI tool, but actually ChatGPT is like a separate company, a separate application. I'm sure tomorrow ChatGPT could be part of Oxford Dictionary. Maybe after 10 years, people use ChatGPT for any other AI model. But let me tell you, your ChatGPT cannot prepare the PPT. Plugins in the ChatGPT can do that. Plugins are nothing but other third-party add-ins. You just need to go log in, and there is some premium. If at all you wanna take premium service, then you need to pay some amount. Otherwise, in the free, maybe 10 slides and so on, which are absolutely free. And people are creating images using ChatGPT. That is possible using Ballet 3, but you cannot create a browser. You cannot create a customized browser in the ChatGPT because DAL-E is only for a creation of the image than keeping a content on the image. If you want to create an image, you can do that. But if you want to keep a content on the image, like I want to create a browser for HCAS next session, it's not possible. It is going to give you, but the content on the image is not very great. A lot of mistakes are there. And whatever you are saying, people are doing it not in the chat GPT, but maybe using the plugins on the chat GPT are now every day hundreds of products which are coming on air with respect to creating images, with respect to creating PowerPoint presentation, with respect to summarizing the PDF data and so on. Maybe that is the case, but anyway, I'm going to take you through some of the plugins, how it work, you can understand. These all are the data controls. Sometimes you are going to access or asking a question very sensitive, maybe very important information. If that is the case, by default, ChatGPT data, it is going to take for training. I don't want that should happen. I don't want that should even save it. There is an incognito mode even in the ChatGPT. You can just click it. It is an incognito mode. Whatever the question you ask for, how are you? Whatever the question you ask for, as long as this conversation is there, you can take it. Whenever I can just clear this. Once you click clear, the entire incognito mode is out. Once you make enable chat GPT history, it will take back into the, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think I mistakenly clicked a logout. I'm really sorry. Yeah. Let's go here for the other settings. Now let's go to the data controls. When it comes to shared links, you can see all the links, whatever you have shared. Some of the links can be public. I want public to access this link. I want public to take the conversation forward. Because let's say I am trying to build one code in Java with a lot of error mistakes. I debugged and I given prompt and so on. Finally, I got a very great code. But I don't want this code to be wasted only in my computer sitting into my ChatGPT account. I want the world should access this code and they have to take it forward from that code. And again, if they want to get that great code, they have to do the conversation again with the ChatGPT till the ChatGPT give us the best result. Now, probably what I can do, I can share that link to the world, let world take it forward. But whenever I can go and delete this extension request for GST, right? Once I click delete, my link got deleted. Now, if I can go to my incognito window and open the same link, the link will not work at all. Now, whenever I just go here, even if I log in, there is no link because it is saying there is an error. Because just now, if you can observe, I deleted that link. But if anyone taken that conversation into their account and loaded, then even if you delete the link, there is no problem because they already loaded into their ChatGPT. But if they are only checking the data, they are not loaded into their account, then they cannot get it later. So you can manage all your links from here. You can export the entire ChatGPT data from here. You can just click export. You can just confirm the export. Then it's going to send you an email to you. Probably if I can open my email box, one email I would have received. Let me just go here. Let me go to Gmail. I know that this is not the email. Just to show you, it's going to give you in the PDF or HTML format. You'll find the entire conversation there. You'll find the entire conversation there. I'm sure one mail I could have received from the OpenAI. Uh, yeah, check it out. Chat GPT, your data export is ready, right? You can just download this data. It's going to create a link for you. Once you click that link, you will download the entire data. Let's go back to show you what is there more. Let me click this. Yeah. And this is the delete account. If you want to close account completely, you can do that. This is the profile builder. This is there in the plus. Because in the chat GPT plus, I can build my own GPTs. That means tomorrow I could give you one, as you all know, every bank audit season, I give SBI tool, Excel add in so that they can just give the data. It does the text to column automatically. It does some analysis, do some stratification, do some sampling. It stops you there from where you can take it forward. This service I'm doing for the last, 5 years. And this year, because I'm a plus user, I can build my own chat GPT, bank audit guru. Whatever the question you ask in this bank audit chat GPT, this own GPT, I can give the link to the people. I'm not sure by this bank audit season, I can completely do this. Otherwise, maybe for the next bank audit, I can do this. What is this is, this is exclusively with respect to the bank audit. The information in the regular GPT, it can take from the massive of trillion, terabytes of data. But in this particular bank audit GPT, which I built, is it only takes the information from MCA master circular. It takes the information from uh, ICI guidance notes of last 10 years. It takes the information from related, websites information, wherever bank related, they kept the policies and so on. So I trained that entire data here so that, see, whenever I went into the bank audit group, automatically the questions are shown. What are the large advances as per LFR? How to find the anomalies in the customer ID and account number? What are the non-fund facilities? Explain the SMA codes. Once I click it, it is yet to be very sophisticated. Probably I need to spend more time on this. The future is tomorrow I can, see, it is perfectly giving. Tomorrow I can create my own GPT and I can release for the world. That is what the advantage of ChatGPT Plus. It is a little slow because it is taking the information which I have, given the training. When it comes to the SMA, it automatically taken the information and it's going to give uh, the information only from master circulars and the institute guidance notes and so on. Tomorrow, if this type of small GPT comes to the world, and our work is much simple because it is to the point, the specific, straight to the point. It's going to pick up the information and give you the answer. Instead of me going into my entire guidance note of 800 plus pages and getting the information what is relevant and understanding the pattern out of the entire data, probably my GPT can do. So I'm building this GPT on top of everything. And I'm also building one GPT on Excelism where it is going to take all my videos. If at all any information you ask for, it's going to pick up one of the relevant video. It's going to give you at this second, I explained about this. Probably you can just go and watch that video and so on. This is what the future for that. This is what the option, build a profile where I can just give all my information, especially when I want to build my own GPTs. And coming to the point of GPT plus, This is about the free version. If anyone having still questions, you can ask me. And though I taken very small, questions and prompts, you can ask n number of questions as long as your question is in text. Your answer you are expecting is in text. However, it's going to even give me in the code format. That means it's going to even give me the code. Let me take my Excel. Let me take this. Even I'm using ChatGPT free version. I want to build something for all of you. You can understand how good this application is, even to write the formulas in Excel, write the code in Excel, and so on. Always, when I'm trying to analyze my data, let me just take some random 10 dates. Date I want to take from 2010, 1, comma 1, date of 2023, comma 12, comma 31st. Always, the problem I'm having when I'm dealing with the dates data is I don't have any direct function to get the financial year. To get the financial year. If I want to get the financial year, I have to write a very big formula when it comes to, I'm sorry, 1 second. Yeah. Well, I want to write very big formula when it comes to the financial year equal to if function or else fi, then I have to put a space, if function, if then what I can do here, what I can do here, can make a data table from the PDF? No. In the free version, it cannot. Stopped, it seems. Okay, fine. So when it comes to the copy paste, you can copy paste the data. You can ask ChatGPT, can you identify, are there any tables in this entire PDF? If yes, give me the data in the tabular format. Of course, it does the work. But it doesn't have an option to YY format. Always try to give an example. This format I want in the Indian context. Example, for date 18th September 2023 should be financial year 2023-24. Meaning, if the month is April, okay. Otherwise, I can put it financial year starts from 1st April and ends with 31st March of following year. I always give so much of prompt with a lot of explanation so that my result is always accurate. That's the reason I'm giving. I hope everyone understood. I've given this prompt. Let me enter. Now it's going to give me the code. Wow. It started giving me the code. Now, if you are not even sure how to use this code, explain me how to use this code in Excel. It's going to give the steps now. Go to the Excel, open the Visual Basic Editor, right click, insert a module, copy paste this code, then close the VB editor, go to any particular data, write a function called financial year, whatever the cell reference and so on. Excellent. Now what I can do, I can just copy this code. I'm not doing anything other than this. I will simply go to the developer tab. Otherwise, Alt F11 to open my Visual Basic. Let me go to the Visual Basic. Now I can just insert a module. Don't do anything. Just do Control V. I'm not doing anything here. Just do Control V. Just close it. Now equal to Earlier, you did not find a function called fy. Now there is a function called fy. Take this, close bracket, enter. Wow. Copy and paste it. Excellent. F9 automatically changed because my formulas are in the manual mode. Now let me make it into the automatic mode. Now, how best this is, now I can make the random dates of 2010, comma 1, comma 1, I'm sorry, 1 second, date of 2023, comma 12, comma 31st. Check it out. Whenever I change my data, the financial years are absolutely changing. Check it out. Oops, it is giving wrong answer because in this case, it should be 1415, right? Now, let me put F9. Is it? Yeah, no, yeah, still it is giving wrong answer. Now, whenever you identify, now I'll go back and ask her. It is giving the wrong answer. And now I'll take this conversation back. See, every time it can't give maybe the absolute correct answer. Sometimes it can even give the wrong answer. So you must be very careful. That's the reason testing is very important. Don't just believe. Now what I'll copy this. This is showing, now it's going to give the correct answer. This is showing wrong answer. In this case, in this case, for this date, the answer should be financial year 2020, sorry, 2010-11, because the month is March. Yeah, now it is very polite. Apologies for the oversight. Now let's try to take it. Format, I'm not sure still it's going to give the correct code for me. I'll just go to the developer. I'll go to the Visual Basic. Let me paste this. Let's go here. Now, 9. Now check it out. Yeah, still it's not giving correct answer. Not sure the reason why. 1 second. Now let me just take it. Enter. Oops. Copy this, paste special values. Maybe because of this, is it? Now I will just take this, enter. Still it is showing wrong answer. That means I'm very, it is not understanding. Sometimes it irritates. Don't worry. Now I'll take a new conversation. I'll put it in a very simple way. Okay.
Sir,
Prepare.
one quick thing. Why
Yes.
did you mention you are an Excel expert? Like, are we to initiate the
Yes. Role
conversation?
playing is very important because when I say you are an Excel expert, then it always thinks the Excel angle. It will not take its mind towards the different items. Okay. That's the
Okay,
reason I said
okay.
you are an Excel expert. Write a code uh, for in VBA, for custom function names FY, which can which can take date as input and returns financial year YYYY hyphen YY format in Indian financial year context. If I don't use it, it may take calendar year for other countries, right? Example, example, if the month is less than 3, less than 4, then financial year hyphen previous year hyphen current year, otherwise financial year space current year hyphen next year, right? Let me enter. We will see this time whether it can generate. It can generate some answer. Let me take it. Now I can simply take this. Not sure. We have to spend little time. I'm sure once we start spending the time, it's going to give me the proper answer. Now I can just copy and paste it. Uh, yeah, see, now it is perfect. Now check it out. For 2012, because it's February 2011 and 12, it is January 15, 16, it is September 11, 12, and so on. Okay, so you have to try with different prompts. Maybe initially it may do the mistake and later it's going to correct. And otherwise, sometimes what I can do, I am accessing some other person code. In my office, we do a lot of automation work. So whenever our staff write a code, now I want to know what's the meaning of this code, what this code does. Now I can go to the new conversation, explain me this code, explain me this VBA code, enter. It's giving me, in summary, this code is designed to delete the custom list from the application. It starts with the last custom list available and deletes them one by one until reaches to the ninth custom list. Excellent. By looking into this, I got to know, okay, everything is fine. Uh, Now I'll just mention a custom list clear, right? That's fine. I think this conversation, it's going to even give me the summary of it. Is there any bug in this code? Is there any error in this code? It's going to even do the debugging and it's going to give you the final answer. The code provided you appears to be logically correct, but there's a potential error that could error if list X is less than 9. In such case, the loop would attempt to delete the custom list beyond the range of available limits. So it is saying because I have taken from 9 already available, it's going to give an error. That's fine. I understand. Okay, this is about the free version of ChatGPT. If at all anyone wanted to go for latest version, that's nothing but a ChatGPT plus. If you want to take the subscription, let's see what other features are. Whenever I go to GPT 3.5, whenever I go to GPT-4, could you please tell me what is the one single difference you found it in the user interface? Anyone, please? What is one small difference you found it? Anyone? One difference you can find is the attachment.
Upload attachment.
Yes. Let's see. It is great for everyday tasks. In case of ChatGPT 3.5, you can give the text, the reply will be text. The text includes the code. That could be Java code, Python code, whatever it is. But when it comes to the GPT-4, the people who are especially looking for creating the images and so on, please understand next 15 minutes topic is very important. GPT-4 is having DAL. eDALI is a product of OpenAI that integrated into the ChatGPT, which can generate the images. It can browse the real-time information and analyze the limit 40 messages per 3 hours. There is a limit in this case, 40 messages you can share across in 3 hours time, right? So this is what GPT-4. Now it's having a image. Now what we'll be doing, I'll just take this image. Now I'm not sure the flyer, okay. Top 10 features of ChatGPT. I wanted to just go onto the desktop. Otherwise, what I'll be doing, I'll just go to my online seminar, ICI. Mm, let's go to the HYD ICI website. Just I'll tell you what work it can do when it comes to this. Let me go to events. If at all anything, as of now, there is no schedule. I just want Hyderabad ICI flyer on Bangkok. I'll just go to images and I'm sure I'll find some flyers. Yeah, excellent. Let's take this bank audit flyer. Let's take this bank audit flyer. Let me download this. Let me save uh, image as on the desktop or maybe for this session only. Let me take a HCA session flyer. Now what I'll be doing, I'll go to the ChatGPT in the ChatGPT Plus. If I'm the ChatGPT Plus user, I can just go this. I can attach the image which I've already taken. Let's go to my, I'm sorry, 1 second, just give me 1 second. Yeah, this one, I'll just take flyer, explain me this image. Now it's having a great capability of object character reading, so OCR. So it's trying to take the information, and because I have a flyer, but I want to share across this information into my WhatsApp messages. I want to share in the groups. But instead of me typing it again, I have just given the information using the attachment. It has automatically taken this. Now, prepare a draft message which can be shared in WhatsApp groups and all social media platforms. Check it out. If at all you want to promote this particular session, this is the best way you can do that. Okay. Though we would like to do a lot of things, these all can be implemented, in our day-to-day work. But it is about I started trying, training for the staff and other people, but it is about the acceptance level from everyone. But I'm sure Hyderabad branch of SARC, of ICI, HCAS, and all the people in ICI will soon adopting these type of things, because it saves a lot of time. This is the real productivity I feel for any staff. When I say at my our branch of ICI, giving this brochure, I asked them to prepare one WhatsApp message. When they started typing it, when they start typing, certainly errors will be there, error mistakes will be there. Then certainly, I'm sure there will be a lot of grammatical mistakes, sentence mistakes, and so on. Instead, anyway, we have done the flyer. We can attach a flyer. We can ask. It can create like this using the chat GPT. The work is very simple. Otherwise, to prepare this, staff may take 1 hour at least time, or 30 minutes, even to circulate everywhere. But now it is just less than 2 minutes. Just attach it, ask for from this flyer, please create a WhatsApp message. It does much better than what I generally do. So it's having a capability to insert the image. It can even having the capability. Now, what I'll be doing, I am using this for my regular day to day documentation, because we do a lot of automation assignments for the clients. Now let me go here. Requesting everyone please concentrate.
So just one quick thing, sorry to
Yep, yep,
interrupt. You have
no problem.
inserted an image and you have asked for explanation, and the chat GPT has done that. How about
Right.
vice versa? Like you were also mentioning about plugins, right?
No.
So is it
Yep, like
available?
it can do it, but you need to choose the right plugin, madam. Chat GPT now it's having a DAL A3 functionality. Can you create an alternative file using the above information? What it does, what it does as an AI, just trying to understand. Okay, let it complete. It cannot, because chat GPT doesn't have by default knowledge of doing that. As an AI, I don't have a capability to create graphical designs and images directly. However, I can help you to create a text-based flyer, which you can use as a template to design a graphic flyers using a design tool such as Adobe Photoshop, Canva, and so on. It is recommended even outside softwares. As I mentioned, you can just create a random image what you ask for. But asking this content based on which can you create an image, it doesn't do. Meaning, I'll tell you. Now, this I asked for, can you create a flyer? It said it cannot do that. Now I'll go to the new conversation. I'll ask for, ma'am, may I know your name? Whoever asked this question, I forget.
So my name is Diksha.
Diksha, yeah.
Yeah.
My name is, don't mind, I'm just using your example. Diksha,
DIKSH. Yes, sir.
yeah. My name is Diksha. Please create a logo. Please create a logo with B, uh, which should reflect uh, uh, finance, data, etc. Now, I'm just asking ChatGPT to create a logo with the character D, and also should reflect finance and data, etc. Let us see whether it can do the job. OpenAI called uh, DAL-E, that is OpenAI is one, so you need not enable any add-in. Otherwise, I'll just take you to plugins and we can do that. I hope I'm having another 10 minutes. Yeah. See, it is created some images, whether we like it or not, we are not sure. But since I said finance and data, it's trying to give some charts, it's trying to give some finance related information, and D is the one it created, and around it,
So this is available only in ChatGPT 4.
you browse it, madam. In the web, hundreds of websites are free now. But obviously, when it is a free maximum per day, you can take it one image or two images. If you want to create more images, you need to subscribe for it. Obviously, with the price tag, the service is available. Can you make
Right.
alternative something which looks simple? This is DAL E functionality. This is very important, when we're trying to write an article for the newsletter. Some of the images, I don't want to take it from online. See, this is perfect if I am not wrong, because there is a scribbling pad, there's a pen, and there is a paper, and it has given a D combination and so on. And there is a computer here, MacBook, and so on. So you can try different items here. And let me tell
Thank you,
you,
sir. This is helpful. Thank you.
yeah, let me tell you how important in our regular day-to-day work this ChatGPT is. ChatGPT Plus is, we do a lot of automation assignments that includes Power BI, Power Query, and so on, VBA, and so on. We write the code, but after we write the code, we prepare a SOP or documentation of this entire code. Earlier, I used to tell to our people, in fact, I myself, for every line of the code, I used to give comment what this code does. So that next time, whenever I come back to this code, I understand what this line of the code does. This is a Power Query function. These days, it becomes very simple. What I can do, let me copy this. I can just go to the chat GPT. I can just uh, take an attachment. Now I can just take this flyer. Oh, oops. I think I've taken a wrong flyer. Yeah, please have a look. 1 second. I need to take a flyer. This one, Power Query code. Can you create comments can you add, sorry, can you add comments for each line of the code? Now, this is my code, right? It is capable of reading my code. And for every line of the code, it is giving a comment. First line of the code converts the list of dates into the table. Second line of the code renames the default column into the date. Third line of the code is doing changes the type of data and so on. So now what we are asking our staff to do, our team to do is, we are asking them to first write the code. Once you are done with writing the code, then you can just take that code into the chat GPT. It's going to give you, add the comments into the code. Then you copy this code, replace the existing code. So that with one day, we can create all the comments to this. Earlier, to do this activity, it used to take a lot of time, because I need to first understand what this code does. Because while I'm writing the function, I understand what this does. But after I have done the entire functions and formulas, if I go back and try to understand, I have to first understand what this line of the code is doing. It takes a lot of time, but thanks to ChatGPT, it does much great work. Yeah, what is your recommendation on Google Gemini? Uh, for your information, all GPT models are same, but I also recommend Google because it's having much massive data than OpenAI. But these days, Bing is also becoming very popular. So it also capture a lot of information. Both are having pros and cons. Earlier, Google Bard was having real-time information access. Now, thanks to the ChatGPT, thanks to the Copilot, thanks to the what is that Edge chat, all are having real-time information access. So more or less, any GPT concept is same, Mr. Kiran. Okay, this is one way probably I can understand the importance of chat GPT. Not only this, It can even these days, if you are really capable and smart enough to build your own applications, you can just build your application. Let's say I want to build my own website. I don't know how to design. I always need to get some software engineer to design my website. But see how great the ChatGPT does. I've taken a small paper and I've just given my logo should come here, about us, team services, contact at the book footer. This information should be there. This I've just drafted with pen and paper, not even with the proper information. Contact, you can see. I cannot understand what exactly this is because there's a lot of very fast I have written with very keen information only. Keen observation, I can understand that this is a contact. Now, what I can do, I can just go to my chat GPT, can go to my chat GPT. I can take sorry, let's go to the chat GPT. I can just take this. Uh, can you create a code? Can you create a code in HTML for designing the website as above? Now I want a HTML code which can design the above type of website. It has given me some code. Don't worry, you need not to look into this exactly what it does. What I'll be doing in the meanwhile, HTML code test. I can open HTML try it coder editor. There is a WT3. Whatever I write, I can see my uh, code here. Now I can just go GPT. It is still writing the code. It is done. Now what I can do, I can simply copy this. I can go here. I can paste this code. I can paste this code. I can run this code. Wow. Logo is here, about us, teams, service, contact, main content goes here at the bottom, footer is there. So if you are capable and if you think you can spend the 1 day time, if you are very basics of understanding this, then you can just start asking the question. It's going to guide you step by step. By end of the day, I'm sure you can create a beautiful website for you along with the content. It can even tell you how you can save this code in the text format in the go. Let's say if you have a GoDaddy, URL, how you can go to the GoDaddy URL and how you can upload these items into your host website and so on. Your website can be live, everything. But only the thing is, you should have a patience to ask the question properly. You should test it properly and so on. Is the analysis for free version or paid version? It is paid version. It's not free version. Right now, let me take another thing which is very much important for us. Let's say when we have a data of this, when we have a data of this, I want to combine this entire data into one file. Now, what I can do, I can just go here and I can take the February and say January data. Could you please append and share these data sets? Then what it does, using the Python code, it's going to append the entire data and give me an access to download the final data. Once I download that will get downloaded into the Excel format. Yeah, it is still analyzing. Don't worry. And it's going to give me the download access. See, download the appended data set. Now it got downloaded. Now what I can do, I can just click this. Now it's going to open in the Excel format. Yeah, it has just taken both the information of January and February. If you want to really see whether it is January information or February information, just go to the January so that you can see how many number of line items are there and so on. It's just trying to open this. Yeah, January, it's having 6 records. See, check it out. These all are 12 records, out of which 6 are from January, 6 are from February. That is what the power of it. You can still analyze the data. You can append it, and I want a chart in the chart data and so on. Still, it can do that. Can you build a pie chart based on the month sales summary? Now I have given 2 data sets and it consolidated the data. It understood the context. Now I'm trying to get a pie chart from that. It's trying to analyze the data. Don't worry, it's going to use a Python library to do the work. Murali, I think I can take another 5 minutes. I have a anyway session at 10 o'clock, but I can take till 9:40 if you all are okay.
Yeah, good. Right.
Shravanji, I have a question here.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
As you are saying that as it is a chat GPT is comparing data based on our instructions, right? So what type of controls are the security level controls we have on this data? Because anyone anyone can access this data, whatever we are compiling or whatever we are doing in the analysis, all those things. What type of
See,
controls we
actually,
can have?
let me tell you, when it comes to using a free version of ChatGPT, you are by default giving an acceptance to the terms and condition that they can use this data for their training purpose. And if you can see further more into the OpenAI rules and regulations, they are giving a terms and conditions acceptance to us also that they are not going to share this data for anyone except for the training purpose. So when it comes to the security in this world, first of all, I don't agree that our data will go somewhere outside. But if you are having really sensitive and confidential data, my suggestion is you can subscribe for a enterprise version of ChatGPT where they cannot take your data because your entire data is there in your server. Obviously, if your server is secured, the data is secure. And these days, the servers are nothing but cloud. So again, we need to look into the security policy of the cloud, how great the security it is. I hope you understood. Otherwise, if it is a free, they are going to use our data, but I am 100% confident that the data will not go out. But when it is a paid version, enterprise version, the data lying into your cloud, you can have that enterprise level of controls. The data will not go anywhere outside. I hope this answers your question.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is what the type of thing you can do that. Let me go to plugins. There are hundreds of plugins where you can get the access to it. Once I click the plugin, you can see all the plugins. Now, see YouTube summaries, right? Now, what I can do, I can just take my website, just go to the YouTube, just go to chat Excelism. Watch it. Excelism. I'll just go to, yeah, I'll just try to take one Benford slot related control, copy the link address. I will use this plugin called YouTube Summaries. I'll summarize this data. Yeah, just enter. It is using the plugin of this. It's trying to summarize this YouTube. It seems that the daily limit of video insights has been exceeded and so on. So what it's trying to do, even for plugins, for free access which is available, if you are access to that access, you need to go to this particular website. Now it is asking you to go to this particular website, subscribe it so that it is getting it. Now what I can do, probably let me use something else. Uh, Now let me access to that. Not sure whether it can give. Yeah, because I already used most of the items. Now, just for all your information, I don't want to take it. Let's go to the plugin store. Let me click OK. You can spend your own time. Thousands of plugins got built on top of your chat GPT. You can just access it. Madam, what you said, AI PDF, it can super fast interactive chats with PDF of any size, complete with page references for fact checking. Ask your PDF. You can ask any question from your PDF. Diagrams, it can show. Yes, let me search for PowerPoint, PPT. Check it out. PPT presentation. See any slides. Easily generate stunning PowerPoint presentation from your data and any URL. Let me click install. Let me try this. Okay, even Canva is there. Very good. Let me click this Canva. I'm installing this. Also, let me install Smart Slides. Now, whatever the plugin which is required, you can take it. However, to access the plugin, you need a plus user. But if you want to use the extension, complete version of plugin, you need to make the payment to this particular company. But a couple of things are free in the plugins and some may be paid. Now I want the Canva. I don't want this. Now I want the Canva. I want, I don't want
So,
this.
sir, what you have downloaded is getting installed in ChatGPT itself.
Correct, correct, correct. You, whenever I go to plugins now, then you can find all the plugins which I installed. You can
Okay,
install n
okay.
number of plugins. But if you want to go to the next level into this plugin, you may need to pay to that. Now, this is the one, right? Canva. Can you uh, design a PPT in 2 slides, which explains about ChatGPT? Not sure whether it can do the work, but let me try. I found several templates on, yeah, it is now trying to take you there into their website, and it's trying to give me the, yeah, some thing it has generated. You can just click this and you will get it. Now let me click here and it has directly taken me to the Canva of this. So based on my question, it's going to generate here. Now you can just go and start. I don't know what is the relevance of this template, but it went wrong, but it's going to take you. It is going to take you there. It is giving me so many templates which are not relevant to me at all. Maybe let me try some other slides related. The last one I can try, maybe 1 second. Smart slides. What I want is, okay, let me try with the new GPT. Smart slides. Can you prepare presentation of 5 slides which talks about Power Query of Excel? Some of the cases it asked me to log in into their website. Let's see, it's trying to generate for me. Excellent. Yeah, it's asking me to download this with this link. Additionally, Smart Slides has launched, so it's giving some promotion to it. Download this presentation. Excellent. Visit anyway, that's fine. Yeah, download the presentation. If I'm trying to prepare another presentation using the same this one, probably it's going to ask for a payment. Sorry, what happened? 1 second. Let me go to my downloads. Surprising. Yeah, it's trying to open. See what I asked for. I asked about introduction to the Power Query. See, instead of me start from very scratch, it has given me some information. Okay, now editing this will not take much time for you. Okay, this is about a ChatGPT Plus, and you can use for a number of regular uses. I use very extensively. Let me tell you one case study when our ICI president last year visited Hyderabad. Just before visiting Hyderabad, he was participated in one of the income tax uh, program where Nirmala Sitaraman was also part of it. And he visited and we want to introduce him, but before introduce him, in fact, when he spoken in the income tax that meeting, Nirmala Sitaraman referred our president name and also appreciated what he has spoken. We want to cut only those two parts from the video. Your ChatGPT Plus, this you can, I don't want this, I want ChatGPT 4. Even you can attach a video, you can ask to trim the video from this second to this second. It can trim the video. We have taken Mr. Aniket Talati video, we trimmed it. We have taken Nirmala Sitaraman speech, we trimmed it. Then using the same ChatGPT, we combined both the videos into one single video, then we displayed there. That is, everything happened within maybe 3 to 4 minutes maximum time. So it is about your idea you should have. Then implementation is the job of ChatGPT. So that's the reason these days, if you really wanted to be smart, You can be smart, but only provided you must need to know the applications. Last but not the least, the last point I would like to tell you, you can use even the APIs of ChatGPT. Meaning, let's say, for example, generative AI, I'm using an Excel function, explain me section 45 of Income Tax Act, 9 Income Tax Act. Enter. Where I am into the Excel. Understand everyone carefully. I am into the Excel. I am trying to create, I am trying to get the information directly from the chat GPT. It has given NA. Not sure the reason why. Don't worry. I'll go to the home. I have Excel labs. That means I'm trying to directly connect it to my chat GPT. I can just go to configure API key. This is an invalid API key. Now I need not to do much of the work here. I can simply go to my ChatGPT login. I can just log in into the ChatGPT, this OpenAI platform. I'll just tell you how great this information is. Oops. OpenAI login. Last 2-3 minutes, I'll just explain what is happening. Yeah, API. Right now, if I can go to my API keys, I'll enable it. Right now, let me go here. Let me try this, whether it got, wow. OpenAI key is configured. Now, explain section 45. No API key configured. Okay, it has removed here. Now, what I'll be doing, I'll create some secret key. I can just create a secret key. Begin puzzle. Oh my God. Use the arrows. Rotate it. I'm sorry. Just give me 1 second. I'm just trying to tell you how important this particular Excel related, if you can have an access. I think I'm done.
Sir, how do we know, I mean, what question to ask ChatGPT particularly? I mean, do we need to take care of some aspects, I mean, so that we get the exact answer?
Sorry, can you repeat it again, sir?
So how do we know what question do we need to ask ChatGPT so that we get the our exact output?
See, it's not a see. You have to try it with ChatGPT. Obviously, for the first question, you will not get the correct answer. But based on the answer, what it provides, you can understand. You can understand that where it went wrong, so you can correct it. See, you understood in this way, but this is not the way. Probably this is the way you have to understand. That is possible. You can tell. So some of the cases where from 30, after 30, 40 prompts, it give the correct information,
Okay.
right?
Sravanji, I
Sure.
have a question.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, as you said that for each line of code written, I think earlier you asked for the comments, right? So when you asked for the comments for each line of a code written, it was giving so many lines of comments. So do we have a feature reading of all the comments, or do we need to we need to read manually, or will it give a prompt of reading the sentences also, whatever the comments written?
You're talking about comments means what?
No. See, earlier you showed, right, when you asked for each line of a code, it gives a
Yes,
comments, right?
correct,
A couple of
correct.
line.
Okay, Power Query. Yeah,
Will it
yeah. I've
have a
given a
feature
Power
of?
Query. Sorry. Go ahead.
Does it have a feature of reading the comments, or do we need to read manually? Read it ourselves, or will the system will read it automatically? It's like
No,
our
no.
Google, right?
It automatically reads it. Okay, I need not to give it. It's having a OCR functionality out of my image. It automatically read the comment and give the result. It understands the function what I have written, then it can start giving the comment.
No, that comment we have to read manual. We have to read ourselves, or the system will read it.
System will read it. Why should I do that? Because it can understand it. It can read it.
Okay.
Okay. So I think somewhere this stupid this one is irritating me. Let me go here. Edit the keys restricted. It's very simple. So you can just create a key. When I'm trying to create a key, when I'm just trying to click it, I don't know what is it is trying to take a lot of time. I thought of taking it. Yeah, submit. I'll last try because this is one thing I'm sure you all find it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very poor in this. Yeah, shit. Is it correct? I don't know what is the starting of it and what is the ending of it. Yeah, not sure. Okay,
Rotate,
fine.
rotate.
See, it is very simple. Let me go back. You can have your secret key here. Copy this and you can paste here. You can paste here. Once you paste your code here, then you can ask question directly into your Excel. Your Excel will get the answer. As simple as it. Okay, that means my Excel is connected to the ChatGPT API and I can get my answer. This is very, very helpful, especially when you are dealing with the data where you want to prepare a report in Excel itself, then I can get the direct information into the Excel. Okay, probably we can take this in a more elaborative way soon in some other session. Okay, that's all I think from my end. I tried my best to give the content in 1 hour, 15 minutes. I hope at least 1% of your knowledge got improved through this session. If not, excuse me. If yes, start using it. I'll be more happy if you can save your time.
Now, is it possible to share the recording, sir?
Recordings
Definitely.
are there with the HCAS. I'm sure they'll do that.
Sure, it will be posted in the YouTube channel of the HCS shortly after the session.
Okay, thank
Any
you.
questions?
Happy to see happy to see a lot of my friends are part of this session, and that too weekend morning at 8 a.m. And actually, I appreciate HCAS for keeping the session morning time because with very fresh minds, if we can spend the time, I'm sure the grasping power is much effective. So I thank HCAS for this good thought. Over to you, Murli.
Thank you, Lord.
Sir,
Aravinda,
So
thank
if
you, sir. This
everyone
was
is
really helpful.
th-
Thank you.
any
Aravinda, go ahead.
questions? So if everyone is okay, we would like to conclude because the speaker has a continuous session at 10 o'clock. So on behalf of HCAS, I would like to extend the heartfelt thanks to the speaker. We all took the privilege to get ourselves abreast and update the technology on Saturday morning. And it is helpful for all of us to use the technology to be stand ahead of the co-professionals in our profession. And thank you everyone for the session, for attending the session and making yourself taking the advantage of the session. Thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you. Good day.
Murli. Thank you, everyone.
Wish you all
Thank
the
you,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you.
I hope a present chairman also is there in the ICAS as the chairman, and all the team members. I would like to give a thanks and congrats to all your successful new role, and you need to create one wonderful role model to future members also. With that, I would like to
Thank you,
declare.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Murli. I request all your support also, HCS support also. We should work in tandem. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thanks to all. Madam, చెప్పండి. Hello.